feeling. I mean, I know that there must be just a range of different emotions. I want to say, up front, that I take full responsibility for this decision. I'm the founder and CEO. I'm responsible for the health of our company, for our direction, and for deciding how we execute that, including things like this. And this was ultimately my call, and it was one of the hardest calls that I've had to make in the 18 years of running the company.
So it's obvious Mark is genuinely upset about having to lay off more than 11,000 employees. And him being sad and taking the responsibility of it, of course, is not necessarily going to make things better for the employees who just lost their job, and especially those who have come to the United States on H1B. They're in a particularly more vulnerable state because if you have H1B, you have a 60-day grace period to leave the country, find another opportunity to transfer your job. And with layoffs happening across the board at various tech companies, that is a very difficult and concerning ordeal. So one thing I want to talk about in this video are some of the options that people who have faced layoffs recently or facing the prospects of layoff, this may be weighing heavy on their mind. What are some of their options? Because we've seen a staggering 121,000 jobs from this year to date experience layoffs. And again, many of them are in the tech industry on H1B. So there are some options. Of course, as mentioned, there's the H1 transfer. You can find a job. Another opportunity, if you don't have a job waiting for you, you're not able to secure a job within the 60-day grace period. What happens is you can consider something like a B2 visitor visa. And I'm saying this from my own knowledge as an immigration attorney with over a decade of experience. Now, in addition to filing a change of status as an option, if you have a spouse who's on H1B and currently employed, you can of course change to H4. Another option could be the E2 visa. If you really have some entrepreneurial chops, or even if you don't, but you're just having the capital available to set up a business, a small business investment, even $10,000, in my own experience, is possible to be used to spend to create a small business and even change your status to E2. Now, this only applies if your country is from an E2 country. And for example, some of the major countries in the world, like India and China, some of the largest populated countries in the world, are not on the E2 list. An option you could consider is, I know this might sound a little bit extreme, but you can even get citizenship of Grenada for a fee. So the country of Grenada actually charges, I believe it's 150,000, 200,000, something in that range. And if you spend that amount, you can actually acquire Grenada citizenship. And with that, a very small amount of investment can lead you to getting an E2 visa in the United States. So those are some options. But finally, what I want to add and conclude with is, what if none of these options are palatable? None of these options are interesting to you? Then what you could consider doing is changing. Well, you may have to, you'll just go back to your home country, but then you're concerned about the options. And one thing is, remote work is becoming more and more of a popular option for people. And one option for remote work would be to go online and search for as many remote jobs as possible. There are a lot of different job boards out there, but I would highly recommend, of course, HireBasis. And the reason for that is simple. What HireBasis does is we curate jobs from all the major job boards, and we select remote international jobs that are globally available, not just jobs that are remote for US residents only. So if you have to go back to your home country, which perhaps could be India or maybe anywhere else in the world, and none of these options are interesting to you from an immigration perspective, then you could consider going to hirebasis.com, creating a profile, and taking some of the skills tests to showcase your ability and skill level, plus selecting all of the skill sets that you have, and applying to jobs directly from the site. So I hope this video is going to be helpful to you. and gives you some optimism of there's always some option for you to consider in the future in this difficult time. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.